Simmons returns to the Sixers. This is going to piss off Mr. Snuffy. I'm going to make a plea to a segment of the fan base that needs to hear it. Resist the urge. Resist the low-hanging fruit. Resist the ability to give the national media what they desire. The anti-Philly fan narrative. The best thing for the Sixers would be for Ben Simmons to return and to be the all-star talent he's always been.
Boo this man!
We don't need to feed the Simmons camp with the affirmation that they desire and that they want to have. This is the answer they've wanted all along. These people are hostile to me. They're running me off. I think that might be their whole plan about him showing back up. Realizing that the segment of the fan base that will decide to go that way are going to give them the storyline that they've wanted all along. If Ben comes back and he wants to play and he wants to win, I don't get the desire of treating him like crap. It doesn't make sense because it doesn't benefit us as Sixer fans and it doesn't benefit his trade value. And all it does is make it more desperate for the Sixers to get him out of town. If you allow the hoagie mouths to speak for the masses, shame on us. Because the lunatic fringe is exactly of any fan base what it's supposed to be, the fringe. And I think it hurt. I don't think it does anything to benefit us in the situation.
Well, if I'm a fan answering that and I think I should boom, I'll say this. I've done nothing but cheer him in the 5 years he's been here, and he left and says he doesn't want to come back because of us.
Did he say that?
Well, somebody's saying this. He didn't say. He hasn't said anything.
Correct.
You're right. He hasn't said anything.
Correct.
But he didn't dispute it.
I agree.
And he didn't come out. I'm not going to call. I'm sorry. The man in me, if somebody is speaking for me and makes me look bad, I'm going to speak up.
No question.
So it's kind of weird that he hasn't spoken up about it. I hear what you're saying, and that's interesting. You're right.
It doesn't benefit at all to be booing this guy out of the stadium. In fact, it's stupid. Because what do you want to do? Put him in a more fragile mental state? Make him feel more uncomfortable? He's obviously a guy who doesn't handle pressure. He's obviously a guy who doesn't handle anxiety and stuff like that well. So why are you going to make it worse for him? Because it's going to make you feel better? Or wouldn't the Sixers being, what did I say? If the Sixers start out 14-6,
yeah,
wouldn't that make you feel better?
Much. John, I can't agree with you more. And I think whether we make this play or not, he's going to end up getting booed if he plays opening night because there's still the thought that possibly he comes back and just claims injury or whatnot. But if he plays, he's going to end up getting booed. I hope that he doesn't, but it's going to happen.
Do you believe it's an overwhelming booed?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are buying tickets with the thought that we're going to boo this guy. But how you turn that around is by having a monster game. Because as soon as the first bucket goes in, no one's going to boo. And it might be a situation where they cheer, and as soon as they hear Ben Simmons, they stop. But trust me, 16, 17, 18, 19 points, and it keeps going up. The fans will quickly come back on his side because that's just what fans do. I'm with you. It doesn't help. It doesn't help the situation
it makes
at
no
all.
sense to do it.
But it's a reactionary, okay, like this is how you want to play this? All right, let's show you how we can really be. As a fan base, let's kind of be the bigger people. We can be frustrated about the situation, but don't act on it.
Well, you brought up the thing of reactionary. And it is reactionary to have the opinion that I want to go and boo the guy.
Sure.
And that's the reactionary thing. But the thing with reactionary to me is always reactionary means in the moment. You don't have a chance to think out your actions. Like when you have the time to think about what you're doing and you realize how stupid it is, then maybe you won't act stupid.
Yeah.
In the moment, you might say something or do something that's stupid. But if you are, that's because you're reactionary.
Right.
When you've got time, we got time to think before the Sixers play, before he hits the court. And are you going to let the Hoagie Mouse speak for the entire city and paint the entire city? Because you know that's what they want to do to you. They want to portray you with that moniker. They want to portray you as hostile, negative, nasty, typical Philly.
I hear what you're saying. I do. I totally understand it. That is a tough ask of a fan base. That's a tough. Although he didn't say it, he's allowed it to be said.
No question.
Philly's no good. I can't play with Joel Embiid. how dare you think that I was going to come into a good team and get scrutinized? He said a lot of bad things about this city, team, organization, players. Like, your first chance to get up and say something and to expect a fan base not to say something, that's a tough ask.
I am not.
And people are buying tickets to do that very thing.
There is a big difference, though. On that statement, I think the first time he's introduced to voice that opinion is fine. But when he's wearing your laundry and he's trying to help your team win, can someone explain to me what the benefit is? What's the benefit of making a mentally fragile guy feel more at ease, to feel more anxious, to feel more negative towards you? What is the benefit?
Probably in the long run, nothing, and thinking it out, nothing, except it feels good for you.
I'm going to go pay $700 for tickets to Hamilton. And I'm going to go because I don't like Hamilton. So I'm just going to buy $700 seats just to go boo. I'm going to boo at the end of the performance and say, because I don't like Hamilton. What did you do? You just spent all that money. Why'd you do that? Why would you even go if you don't like something? If you're not rooting for the team to win, if you don't want the team to win, what the hell are you doing?
Well, you can differentiate that. You can boo Ben Simmons but want the Sixers to win. And you could go out there and not like a player, but you want the team to win. That's
do the
probably why
Sixers
you're
have a
booing
better
him.
chance to win with him feeling good in his head and feeling comfortable and relaxed, or not?
Yeah, they do. And you're right with everything you're saying about sit back, think about it, does it benefit? But you have to admit that's not who we are. We're reactionary, and that's and
I think that's it.
The reactionary part is delayed. And you're right. There should be a time and thing, but it's your first time to stand up and defend yourself. And that's the only way Philly people and fans can defend themselves over what was said about the organization, the city, Joel Embiid, is to stand up and boo, unfortunately.
And keep in mind, too, the national media is going to be all over that
They're going to be waiting for it.
And they're going to be waiting.
And you're paying for your ticket? You want to go and do that? If you think that's the smart thing to do, I'm going to completely disagree with you. But if you think that's the smart thing to do, you can do whatever you want. You can go take your $50 bills and burn them in the parking lot. You earned them. Go do what you want with them. I can still look at you and say, you're stupid to do that. Because it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. If you want the Sixers to win, it's nonsensical to do that.
Yeah.
Now to voice, he gets introduced for the first time, and you decide to boo, to show your displeasure with him, let him know you offended us. You suck. That sucked. Completely understand it. When the game starts, if you're still booing him, to me, you're an idiot. To me, that's an idiotic thing to do.
Look, I've never gone to a sporting event as a fan and booed I never even booed anybody. I've never said the word boo in a game in my life. So, that's just me. But they... Yeah,
not in a game.
Not in a game, I said. Look, you pay your good money. You can do what you want. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying I think it's a really tough ask.
I hope I have seats away. If you're sitting there booing against a guy on my team, and I want my team to win, and you're sitting there in the section and you're the hoagie mouth that's going to boo, 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 oh! I hope I'm in a different section.
Well, and I hope, there's always been there's always been that vocal minority that have always hated Simmons.
Right.
And I hope that they're not the people that end up going to the game, and I fear that they are. I think what hurts Simmons is the fact that the last 3 months of the season, he was terrible. I think deep down, a lot of Sixers fans know this team is better with Ben Simmons. But the last taste in a lot of people's mouths is him passing up the dunk.
Oh, it was terrible.
So it's the narrative, that, everything combined, I think we're setting ourselves up for, Boo Fest.
Hey, check out DryTech Waterproofing. You can protect your home with DryTech Waterproofing Solutions. Fanatic listeners get 15% off when they mention Mike Missinelli. If you get water in your basement, cracks in your foundation, or mold remediation, trust the experts at DryTech. DryTechCorp.com. Dustin in Willow Grove joins us on the Fanatic. Good morning, Dustin. What's up, brother?
John, boys, good morning. How you doing today?
Good, man.
So it's a tough situation with Ben. I mean, it starts from the Weasel ownership, but then it also talks about with how he can just act like this, and we can take him back open arms, and everything's good. It's like that best friend of yours that's got a girlfriend that cheats on him. Everyone knows she cheats on him, but he still brings them to the parties and everything, and then the girl just gets the silent treatment. What Ben Simmons says in his press conference, if he even has one, will be a huge factor in how the fans react to seeing them on the court for the first time. I don't know how you guys feel.
And I think that's fair. Dustin, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think Dustin hit it right on the head.
How he reacts to this.
The reaction when he's introduced will have so much to do with what happens over the next couple of days, maybe even more so than all the bull stuff
Whoa!
all the stuff that has happened.
It's coming
in the months prior. He could rectify this. He could heighten it. He could do a lot of things over the next couple of days that'll render what happened before almost.
But he won't.
Without, yeah,
you can do,
won't.
and again, you can do whatever you want to do. You want to go to games and boo against a guy that is trying to help your team win. Then go. So be it. I think that's stupid. I think it makes no sense. I'm there to root for the team to win.
Yeah, the whole situation's stupid when you really think about it.
It's flat out stupid. And if you want to say again, the introduction of him, when he's introduced, if you want to give him the business and let him know how you feel, that's a completely different situation to me. That's fine. Like, that's fine and dandy because he deserves to hear a little bit of, dude, we've supported you here.
Yeah.
And that was really a crappy thing to do. But if you're going to go to a game and your intent is to just boo him,
and
you're not rooting for the Sixers to win then. You're not hoping the Sixers win.
Well, I think you hope they win in spite of him.
You're trying to put him in a bad mindset.
He put the city in a bad mindset. Hey, teammates. Now, Ben Simmons, we have to make it clear. Ben Simmons has not had any statement, has not
Correct.
said anything. All of the things that we know have come from other people, not him. But, apparently teammates said we want to fly out and see you, and he said no. The city takes that personally. He's personally wronged this fan base, and they want him to know that they know he did.
I wonder
so they're going to continue to keep telling him.
There's no rule to fandom.
Vince in Roxborough joins us. There is no rule to fandom. That should be on a T-shirt. Hi, Vince. How are you this morning, buddy?
What's going on, fellas?
Good to have you on the show.
Listen, man, I think this is a ridiculous ask, okay? We are not obligated to stroke this dude's ego. And we can debate on what he said, what he didn't say. Well, actually, I think what he didn't say speaks louder than what he's.
What do you mean stroking his ego? I don't know what you mean.
I mean, you're asking us to coddle him by not.
I didn't say that at all. I didn't say anything of the sort, Vince.
I know you didn't say those words.
No, I didn't. No. I don't say that. Is not in any way what I said. I am not asking you to coddle him. I'm not asking you. You don't even have to cheer him. But to stand up and be booing him in the course of games would be stupidity for a guy who we already know is mentally fragile.
That's his issue. He's got to get over it. The whole point of his.
So that's going to help him get over it, Vince?
It's not going to help him.
Well, then why don't you want to help him if he's trying to help you win games?
He needs tough love or no love.
Vince, you can give him no love?
He wants to win, then good. But I don't think that he does. I don't think he wants to play here. I don't think he wants to win here. The dude sold his house. He didn't show up to camp. He's being forced back in. And we're supposed to be like, hey, Ben, how's everything
No.
going?
Now you're misconstruing. You do not have to do that. But to ridicule him, to publicly ridicule him and boo him and boo him and boo him, Vince, isn't helping. That doesn't help. You don't have to coddle him. You don't have to love on him.
No,
you don't have to wildly cheer him.
We've already done that.
Yeah, I believe we did, and it didn't work.
But sitting there silently is acceptable, too.
Absolutely.
I know in this day and age, it's got to be black or white, and it's either, the two sides. No, like there is a gray area. You can sit there in your seat silent and not do a thing.
Ben Simmons.
No one's going to yell at you for not saying a thing. You can be indifferent, exactly.
Be indifferent towards
and
him.
that way you're not going to have an Instagram post that says they love me not.
I'm not advocating going because I know the Hoagie Mouse. I know exactly what they'll do. When he's back for 3-4 games and he's balling out and he's helping them win and he's an all-star, it'll all be, see what I did?
Yep.
I pushed him to that.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
One of the best playoff games he ever had was after he got booed.
Yeah, but it wasn't here.
It wasn't here. Kevin in Newcastle joins us. Hi, Kevin. What's going on, brother?
Hey, John. Hey, look, I rarely disagree with you, but I'm going to disagree with you today because, see, I'm a season ticket holder, man. I spend thousands of dollars to go down there. And if this dude doesn't one thing, you may be from here, but maybe when you went to your Hyenas down Atlanta, you got away from it. Philly don't play that. Bob know that, and it doesn't matter. You guys can sit there at a game with 20,000 fans with your behind, your hands on your behind, and say nothing. I'm going to say something. First of all, I'm a United States Marine. I'm in all kinds of crap. You think I'm going to take something from this selfish, spoiled brat? But he ain't going nowhere because we ain't giving him away for a bag of donuts. He's a big.
Kevin? What do we want him to do? We want him to come back, and we want him to come back, and we want him to go, right?
Listen, I don't give a damn what he does.
Well, I do. I do because he's an asset.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry he's wearing our uniform, and I'm damn sorry that his birthday is on my dad's birthday. My dad didn't
Kevin, this isn't the military. This is the NBA. This isn't the military. What do we want him to do? What is the goal? What would be the best thing to happen?
Championship.
No. Okay, so you agree with
Parade.
that?
Yeah, parade.
Okay, no. So you agree him coming back, balling out, and staying here and winning?
Yeah. If it's not Damian Lillard, they don't have a package that has even been close to being mentioned that gets you to a championship.
So what's the benefit in ridiculing him and mocking him and booing him constantly? And what is the benefit? We want him to either play well to get traded or to play well and lead him to a championship.
What's the benefit of cheering him?
I'm not advocating you have to cheer for him.
So you sit there and do nothing.
You don't have to boo. I'm talking about the boo, 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 boo. Just sounds stupid because it's not.
I'll give you that.
The objective is not to. The objective is to have him succeed, one way or another. Succeed to make his market value go up, or succeed to help the Sixers win games. That's the objective. He's already mentally soft. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with him. He's going to go more into a shell. He may damage it more. I just don't understand the logic.
And by the way, this has nothing to do with the fact that, we don't pay for, I have season tickets. So that argument of I pay thousands of dollars, and me too.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Look,
you don't have to.
You can sit there with your hands on your chair and not say a word.
Do whatever you want to do. If you think it's smart, I'd love to you articulate to me why you think it's smart.
Oh, being a fan isn't smart.
No, but you can support your team.
Yeah, if I was smart, I wouldn't be a Philly sports fan.
Exactly. We all